Hi, my name is Kabeer. I go to Saratoga High School and I'm a rising junior. And this is my final milestone for the cleaner robot, which can clean a tabletop without falling off and without damaging anything that you keep on the table. So, the way it works is the robot goes onto the table and it is a quick check by moving each of its motors back and forth, as well as the servo, which has the ultrasonic sensor. Now, the ultrasonic sensor can emits a quick burst of sound and sends it out and sees how long it takes to bounce back. That can let it know if there's an object in front of it. This will allow us to place objects on the table and the robot will not bump into them while it's cleaning. On the sides, you can clearly see our two sponges, which have been placed at just the right distance so that they can wash the table without causing drag on the robot. You can see on the front are two IR sensors, as well as one on the back. These send a ray of infrared light through an LED, which then bounces back up and is picked up by the phototransistor. This tells it how far and whether or not there is a surface below it or if there's not. And it's going to send that message back to the Arduino. Based on this information, the Arduino can tell if, let's say, there is a surface on these three sides, and as well as if there is something blocking it. That there are special commands on the code written in each of these situations for the two motors. For example, if the back has nothing, it will go straight forward, regardless of what's happening. If there's a wall, it'll take a turn, and if either of these are activated, it'll turn in the opposite direction. That way we can cover more of the table. So what I really enjoyed about this project was the vast array of skills I developed. I learned how to code an Arduino because I had to program each individual tool to work together. At one point, the delay function did not work for me to create timed events because it couldn't be checking the other motors at the same time. So I replaced it with the millis function, which allows you to track how long it has been since you started an event and stop at a certain point while reading the other sensors. Along with this, I had many battery issues, and I ended up learning about various pins that can control the flow of current, such as converting the 9 volts from the battery to the 5 volts that the Arduino and the motors can use. Along with this, I learned actually how to wire, and I learned many different parts such as the resistors, capacitors, and I also designed my own infrared sensors, which is something I've never done before. I struggled a little bit with dealing with power issues because my Arduino is nearing the end of its life cycle. It's starting to run out of juice, and for that reason, my batteries ended up sucking. One of the batteries was actually distributing its charge to the others. So when we tested it, one battery had 0 volts and the others had more than 2. And this discrepancy was actually messing up the Arduino and the bridge. I think that the next step for this project would likely to be adding more IR sensors, perhaps a large IR bubble around it. That way it can always know and will make a decision when it thinks that there's a risk, as well as likely adding more ultrasonic sensors on top. Aside from that, likely a more reliable power source, because I think alkaline batteries aren't the best quality, and I think that this robot will be fully functional. This is a quick demonstration of how my robot works. So we begin by plugging the battery source directly into the Arduino, and we also turn on the motor. We hit the button twice to reset it, and it's going to go through its startup sequence. And it's off to cleaning.
And then you just recreate.
Oh yeah, right. 4.2. You're basically there.
Simple enough.
So yeah, that was
that
is perfect. Cool.
So I can use my hand to stop it, as well as if it goes into the wall, it'll stop and spin. It stops here and redirects its course, and this allows it to get as much space as possible when it's cleaning the surface. Now currently, one issue is that the back sensor sometimes reacts a little too late. I hope to fix that by maybe getting it to stretch a little further back. Otherwise, it's a fully functioning cleaning robot that I hope will make your table cleaner. Thank you so much.